Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 2 of our course, where we will be going over two very important economic concepts, which are scarcity and opportunity cost. Before we jump into this week's material, a few items I wanted to quickly go over. The first are our first two discussion posts, which were an introduction to yourself and setting a standard of success. In addition to chapter 1's homework should be done at this point. If you find yourself in a situation where you were recently admitted into the course from a wait list, or you're falling a little bit behind, please take the time to reach out to me and let's work out a way to get you back onto the course of success. This class, like many of your other classes, follows a progression where typically this week's material will follow the previous week's material. And with that in mind, I wanted to review a few of the key concepts we learned from chapter 1. The first is a definition of economics. Economics is the study of individuals' unlimited wants and pairing them to limited resources that each one of us have available. Or in other words, economics is the study of scarcity. It answers three primary questions. 1, what should we produce? 2, how should we produce it? And 3, to whom receives these goods and services? There's two major market structures that helps answer the three questions of economics: a command and control economy and a market system. We learn the United States is a mixed model where some goods and services fall under a market system, while some goods and services fall under a command and control economy. Finally, we learned about the two different perspectives of economics: microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics, which of course is this course, takes the perspective of individuals and firms. Macroeconomics aggregates all of the individuals and firms into one economy and takes the viewpoint of an economy-wide perspective. Now, let's jump into the material from chapter 2. The first concept presented is this idea of scarcity. And I like to think of scarcity like this. If we have a given good or service within our economy, and that given good or service is assigned the price of 0, and there's not enough supplied to meet that given demand, then that good is scarce. Let me give you a few examples. Oxygen, a very, very valuable good. In fact, one that if we didn't have it, we wouldn't live. Let's say oxygen is given the price of 0. And currently here on Earth, there is enough supplied oxygen at the given price of 0 to meet the given demand. Because of that, oxygen is not an economic good. Let's take another example, one that's been in the news a lot lately, and that's the good of eggs. Let's say eggs, again, is given that price of 0. And at a given price of 0, there is not nearly enough eggs supplied to meet the given demand. Because of that, eggs, unlike oxygen, is an economic good. The second concept in chapter 2 is this idea of opportunity cost. And opportunity cost is defined as the next best alternative that you give up in order to satisfy your want. Remember, going back to chapter 1, we discussed that humans are rational. And as humans, we're going to choose the best choice that makes us best off. Therefore, that alternative, or the second best choice, is our opportunity cost that we gave up in order to choose the best choice. Let me give you an example. Right now, with your time, you could be doing a lot of different things. You could be maybe playing video games. You could be at work making money. You could be spending time with your family, or you could be watching an economics video. Now, as a rational human being, you're going to stack up all of these 4 different choices that you could be doing right now. And luckily, you've chosen the most valuable thing to do with your time currently is to be watching this economics video. What is your opportunity? Well, it's that next best alternative. For some of you, that might be playing video games. For some of you, that might be being at work and making additional money. For others of you, it might be spending time with your family. In any case, your opportunity cost is that next best alternative. Opportunity cost is simplified in the text with this idea of a production's possibility curve, where our choices are narrowed down to 2 alternatives. It's put in on this graph where good A is on the y-axis, good B is on the x-axis, and it's put in on a curve where you could choose to produce a various amount of good A and good B. The whole idea is if you choose to make more of good A, your opportunity cost, therefore, is foregoing making good B. As long as you're on this production's possibility curve, you as an individual or firm are operating in efficiency. If you're below the line of your production's possibility curve, you're operating in inefficiency. Finally, if you're outside of that curve, you are operating within an unrealistic point of the production's possibilities curve. However, there are ways that this curve can bow outward beyond its current point. This can be done through comparative advantage and trading. That is going to cover the major concepts from chapter 2. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll look forward to next week where we'll start the supply and demand models. Talk to you then. Thanks.